Welcome to Summarize Science. How does your brain know what's out there in the world, and perhaps more importantly, what's not? Our senses are constantly feeding us noisy and ambiguous information. To make sense of it all, the brain doesn't just passively react, it actively predicts what it expects to see, hear, and feel next. For a long time, scientists have understood how the brain signals an error when a sound is different than expected, like a wrong note in a familiar song. But the authors of this paper asked a novel question: what happens when the note isn't just wrong, but is completely missing? They proposed that detecting this absence requires a completely separate kind of signal, which they call an absence prediction error. To test this, they designed a clever experiment where participants listened to sequences of tones inside an fMRI machine. Most sequences had one tone missing, and the participants' job was to report where the silence occurred. By using specific rules, the researchers could control how predictable or surprising the missing tone was at different positions in the sequence. The results were fascinating. The fMRI scans revealed that the brain does indeed generate a specific signal when an expected sound is absent. This signal's strength scaled with how surprising the omission was, confirming it was a true prediction error. They found this absence prediction error in key auditory areas like the auditory thalamus and the primary auditory cortex. This is the first time a response to a missing sound has been so clearly demonstrated in these deep, subcortical parts of the sensory pathway. Even more interesting, while the error signal for a different sound is known to be processed in the auditory midbrain, this new absence error was not found there. This strongly suggests that the brain uses a separate, dedicated circuit specifically to process the absence of something it expects to perceive. So let's recap the key points. Researchers have identified a unique brain signal that is dedicated to detecting when an expected event doesn't happen. This absence prediction error is distinct from the signal that detects when an event is just different from what was expected. It also appears to emerge along a different neural circuit, becoming prominent in the auditory thalamus. This discovery provides a critical new piece in the puzzle of how our brain constructs our perception of reality from incomplete information. Looking forward, this research could have major implications for understanding certain mental health conditions. In conditions like psychosis, the brain's ability to distinguish between what is real and what is merely predicted can become impaired, sometimes leading to hallucinations. Understanding these fundamental error signals for both presence and absence could be a crucial step toward new insights and potential treatments. Thanks for watching this episode of Summarize Science.